excuse me if I read this verbatim. I didn't bother trying to memorize this. So, guys, I'm Keith. I've been Dan's long life childhood friend. We've known each other since grade school. Our childhoods basically consisted of playing baseball all the time, collecting baseball cards, karaoke, which if you ever get a chance to see Dan, it is one heck of a show. We wrestled a lot too, and even though Dan had a few pounds on me, I still gave him one hell of a show. It's true, maybe. Our friendship eventually evolved into much more, from being, just everyday baseball friends to doing so much more. We were there whenever we called. We went and saw every Sylvester Stallone movie ever made. To this point right now, with me supporting him during his marriage. So when Dan first had me come over to meet Roxanne, the first thing I thought of was, this makes no sense. Roxanne is too nice and she has it together. How does she like Dan? Yeah. So, but she did. And over time I learned that their relationship worked. So Dan kept Roxanne grounded when she got anxious, and Roxanne kept Dan organized and made him grow up. So just as Dan's family took me in and my family took Dan in, I am now happy to call Roxanne family. So as I'm not married yet, I do plan on watching their marriage, their relationship, and learn from what it will take to keep a marriage loving, committed, growing, genuine, meaningful. And there's nothing more noble or admirable than watching two incredible people come together as one in unity of marriage. As your friends and family, we delight in your marriage and offer our encouragement and support. So I raise a glass. Here's to a long life with adventure, love, and cherishable moments.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a tough act to follow. So, I also did not memorize this, so I'm just going to be reading it, and everybody can deal with it. My name is Elliot, or as many of you know me, EJ. I'm Roxanne's older brother, and I'm her maid of honor. Some of you may find it strange that Roxanne asked a man to be her maid of honor, but those of you who know me are probably completely unsurprised. So first, I would like to acknowledge the contributions of a few very important people, our parents, Judy and Steve, and Ben's parents, Irene and Noel. And if you guys know thank you. They've done a lot and worked very hard to make this day possible and have been very supportive, so thank you to them. So, good stuff. I've known Roxanne longer than most people here, which gives me access to many stories about Roxanne. Sadly, most of my stories aren't embarrassing to her since Roxanne got both the looks and the brains. And speaking of looks, how about Dan? Check this guy out. I know that I speak for all of the Prisby unit when I say how excited I am to welcome Dan into our family. Dan has been well established as a crucial member of our nuclear family for several years now. In addition to his amazing cooking abilities, his autistic savant levels of knowledge concerning all sports, Dan Dan has proven himself a magnanimous, kind-hearted, open-minded, knowledgeable, and selfless man. Any of you who have met Dan, even briefly, know full well what a strong and generous person he is and how readily he was willing to help friends, family, and even total strangers. I told myself I wouldn't cry. Oh yeah. It's true though. So, I've never had a brother before today, but Dan is just the kind of guy. Sorry. I've always wanted to have as a brother. You know what's funny? I held it together at my wedding so well. So he's always the kind of guy I wanted to have as a brother, and I welcome him to our family with open arms and a firm, open-handed slap on the ass. So that's enough about Dan. So I've never really been the stereotypical overprotective older brother. As children, Roxanne and I fought all the time. Like the time I chipped her tooth fighting in the upstairs hallway, and I kept trying to tell her knock-knock jokes to get her to stop crying before her parents got home. Like if she wasn't crying, they'd somehow think that nothing had happened. Like, they wouldn't notice the gaping hole in her mouth, you know. The time the bike fell down the hill on top of her and she accused me of pushing it. Yeah, that's not true. The time that we broke the kitchen table doing karate. The time that she attacked me with a dictionary. The time I dropped the giant rock on her head, which I still get really worried about whenever she's acting unstable. Which is relatively frequently. Stresses me out just a little bit. I feel like I had a part in that. So, and of course, there's the time that she pushed me down the stairs, and then I was unjustly punished for reciprocating that. Just wanted to set that all straight. Now they all know. So, when the going got really tough, that's when Roxanne's true nature would shine through. It was usually Roxanne who would protect me from bullies with her sharp tongue, not the other way around. It was Roxanne who played figures with me and our cousin Jimmy when we refused to play Barbies with her. It was Roxanne who determinedly made up her own words to Little Richard songs when I wouldn't tell her the lyrics. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been smart, strong-willed, and big-hearted. I've always respected her strength and capability, so when she started dating, I didn't get too alarmed about it because I knew what deep crap her boyfriends would be in if they ever screwed up. She told me about Dan before Dan and I actually met, and I thought, I wonder if this guy knows what he's getting into. And when I met him in person for the first time, I realized quickly that Dan was very different from Roxanne's other boyfriends. He wasn't a sociopathic Eskimo. Wow. He wasn't a freeloading pseudo-intellectual. He wasn't even secretly gay. From the very beginning, Dan made a very concerted effort to try to find common ground with me and my family. At first I thought he was just trying to make a good impression, but as I got to know him better, I realized that that's just how Dan is. He and Roxanne are very similar that way. They're both open-minded, open-hearted, hard-working people who see the positive and give others the benefit of the doubt. They complement each other extremely well. I attend a lot of weddings with my business partner, Hannah. And during these speeches that I'm now giving, which is weird, I often hear how the couple are opposites, puzzle pieces that fit together, or we balance each other out. And Roxanne and Dan are different than that. I mean, they do balance each other in certain ways, but honestly, they're both very powerful people. They both have very powerful personalities, and they challenge each other to become better people every day. They walk together in the same direction, side by side, hand in hand, and I think that that's really what love is. Watching Roxanne and Dan change each other's worlds through their love for each other brings me immense happiness, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for them. So I'll have you guys raise the glasses again. To Roxanne and Dan, to their happiness together for the rest of their lives.
Yeah! Cheers! Yeah! Oh no! The worst!